You ever just feel like you're going completely insane? Because that's how I feel. Like, all the time. I feel like I'm just going completely nuts. Anyways, welcome to the Thursday live stream. Even though it's not Thursday. It's Sunday. Well, you probably already knew that. If this stream's even working, because like I said, I'm totally nuts right now. I completely lost it. You know? I don't know what's going on. I think it's all the stress from like all of like the people that have flooded my channel that don't necessarily read the books but feel like they can comment on like canon and tell me how wrong I am. Wrong about these books that I've read for so long. You know? And you haven't read any of them. You've just kind of watched the shows while like hanging out with your friends, like on the phone, not really paying attention. So you know, that person knows, but I'm just some fucking idiot. You know, whatever. Anyways, let's get to this Q&A. See, now everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, just shut up with the fucking rants. You rant all the fucking time. Just shut up with it. Oh no, here come the dislikes. Let's stop. Yeah. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. How's everyone else going on? How's everyone else doing? I'm reading all these comments. Well, I might as well put the comments on the screen if this will work, because like lots of like I have to use fucking Microsoft Edge, because Chrome won't like. Okay, watch. I'm gonna try and put the. I'm gonna try and put it on the screen, and watch. It's just gonna be a black spot. Yep, it's just black. You know, well, whatever. So, I don't even have any questions lined up. I really don't, because like I said, I've gone insane. So, since I've gone totally insane, this live stream is going to be a big bumbling mess, a even bigger bumbling mess than it's even been before. Because, you know, like they say, hoop-de-bloobly, gorks morgenda. So, yeah. That's my philosophy. Because I'm fucking nuts. Oh god. Okay, I'm getting this set up. I didn't have it set up beforehand. So, you know, we gotta do some fixering up before we get to all this stuff. I'm not even gonna take YouTube questions. I know I had everyone comment on the YouTube video and say leave your Q&A here for the Thursday live stream. But it's also not Thursday, so, you know, it doesn't even matter. You know, gotta mix things up. Because, you know, that's the way the world works. The world doesn't always go how you want it. You know, you don't always get things when you want it. You know, you gotta mix. And, you know, sometimes a Thursday live stream happens on Sunday. And you just gotta go along with it. There's the comments on the screen. Hello, peoples. Hello, my beautiful peoples. How are you? I don't use OBS, Oliver. I don't. Everyone thinks I use OBS. I had someone ask me like the other day, do you use OBS? No, I don't. I don't use OBS. I don't at all. Euron, cut down those sand snakes. Yes, Euron did. Hey, I like how J-Lo Hobo called them sand cunts. Because when I was taking screenshots for my video, I called them the sand cunts. That's where I named the folder that I kept all the screens from that picture from. Sand cunts. Sand cunts. Yeah. Like I said, I totally like Euron now. Euron's cool. I'm rooting for that guy in the show. Like in the books, I'm like, what the heck does this crazy lunatic got going on? But in the show, I'm just like, yeah, go for it, man. You know, just kill everyone. Kill everyone. Yeah, everyone totally asks me questions. Or I'm just gonna like look some other way and see if I can find questions. When will Jorah stop touching shit? So that's a good ass question, because Jorah's just like touch in the name of love. I don't even know what's going on with Jorah, because like you have a deadly disease, very, very deadly. And, you know, potentially this disease could spread to, like, so many people. Like, that's why the guy's like, I'm having you shipped off, like, tomorrow to Valyria to hang out with the Stonemen. I don't know exactly why the show decided to put the Stonemen in Valyria and not on the Rhoyne, like in the books. I guess because people kind of know about Valyria in the show, but not so much in the books. I mean, yeah, like people know about Valyria in the show, but they don't really know what the Rhoyne is. Because I was kind of expecting by the time season 5 got around, I was expecting to see Tyrion's like huge quest. Because like in the book, Tyrion goes on like a huge like typical like fantasy style quest where he sees like all sorts of amazing shit. But in the book, it's much in the show it's much simpler. You know, he just kind of hangs out with Jorah for a little bit. You know, they get captured for a little bit, and then he's with Daenerys, and there's none of that. There's none of that Penny the dwarf. There's none of that hanging out on the boat and Aegon and John Cunnington. And, you know, even then they sail kind of near Valyria. And they're like, oh, we don't want to get too close here because, like, if you sail too close to Valyria, then no one ever comes back. But they sailed right through it in the show, and it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Will Tyrion sit on the Iron Throne? I mean, I don't think so. I don't feel like Tyrion wants to sit on the Iron Throne. I don't feel like he has any desire to. So I don't think so. I don't think the Iron Throne even matters anymore. I feel like everyone's season 7 and we're still talking about what's going to happen with the Iron Throne. But in actuality, I don't think that the Iron Throne matters one bit. It's not going to matter one bit who sits the Iron Throne at by the end of this show. At least I don't think it will. Come on, fix yourself. What? Oh, I guess it won't stretch anymore. It's like, you know what? I'm not moving. I'm not moving anymore because you suck. You suck, and I don't want to do your bidding. Whatever, computer. You know what? That's why in the Dune universe, fucking computers are banned. Because computers are just, they're evil. They're evil. All of them. Q&A. When Illyria and all of the sand cunts get killed, who's next in line? I mean, who's next in line for who? Cersei? I mean, I think after that, Cersei would turn her sight to Daenerys and Tyrion. That seems like the logical step because the Northerners, they ain't concerned about Cersei. The Northerners are like, yeah, we don't give a shit about this crazy queen in the South. We're worried about the king in the North. And I'm talking about the real king in the North, the Night King, not Jon Snow. So, Cersei definitely is going to turn her sights to Tyrion and Daenerys yet. As far as the next person to die in the show after them, I mean, it could be anybody. I think Jaime's probably going this season. I think so. I think Cersei's probably going this season, if I'm being honest. This is episode 3, so I'm sure this episode right now is going to pick up the pace. This episode tonight is going to pick up the pace, and we're going to get a lot more done. It's going to be action, because, like, you know what's weirding me out about these first 2 episodes a little bit is that initially, before this season was airing, everyone was all like, oh, this season, like, you're gonna have like a major event in every episode. Like, they did say stuff like that. They were like every episode it's like a whole season. That's how much stuff is gonna happen. And then so far that hasn't happened. So 3rd episode, you know, get going, you know, let's do some stuff. How do you think Bran's role in the series will collide with the whole northern plot line? By northern plot line, do you mean the White Walkers, or do you mean the plot line with the houses? And I mean, I guess it's all one thing. I mean, it's already kind of collided with the northern plot line. I think Bran, for the most part, because everyone is like, oh, they're gonna have this big grand meeting. I think Bran, for the most part, is gonna be the behind the scenes guy, the guy that works stuff from the shadows, because that's what Bloodraven has been this entire time. The behind the scenes guy, the guy that's worked from the shadows and done things in secret. You know, he's the nudger. He pushes people in the right way. He doesn't directly do anything. That's what I think that probably Bran is going to be doing. Um, have you revisited the leaked plot lately? It looked like it was completely true. Look, honestly, I did those videos, and I totally blocked the leaked plot out of my fucking mind. So I have no idea what those leaked plots say, except for like maybe like one or two major things. And the one major thing that I do remember, it's probably the one that everyone remembers. And no one commented here because if someone doesn't want to know, don't fucking spoil it. But yeah, there's one major thing that I do remember that was supposed to happen. But like after the series is over, I'll actually look at the leak plots and see exactly how accurate they were. Because I think people tend to hype shit up. Like, I mean, from what I remember, they were kind of vague anyways. And there were a lot of like, and there was a lot. So it could there was a lot. I honestly, if you guess enough, then you're gonna get stuff right, and if you're vague enough, then it's gonna sound right anyways. So I don't know exactly how true they are or not. So yeah. Do you think Dany is going to help Jon that easy? She always wanted the Iron Throne. She is in Westeros now. Why not fight in the North if you can have the throne? Why fight in the North if you can have the throne? Good point. Maybe she'll be convinced otherwise. Maybe she'll see the threat of the long night and she'll decide to help. Because, like, once you see that, once you see the armies of the dead marching, then, you know, the Iron Throne kind of doesn't matter anymore. And also, Daenerys in particular, Daenerys wants to help people. Like, people try to paint Daenerys as like a madman and say that, oh, she's crazy and she's going to be like the Mad King. But Daenerys, she is at least one character that truly wants to help people. Like, I say this a lot. I always point to the scene in A Dance with Dragons when outside of the gates of Meereen, all these slaves are coming from, well, freed slaves are coming from Astapor because they're like suffering and dying of this disease called the Bloody Pox. And, they're all dying, and they're like, no, you can't let them into this city. They'll infect everyone in this city. And so Daenerys goes out herself, and she's like, well, I'll help these people myself. And she's literally laying hands on these people and helping them and cleaning them. And, you know, it's, yeah, she does that herself. Like, what other ruler would do that? But she does, because she has a gentle heart. And she has the interest of the people in mind, more so than pretty much anyone else. Pretty much anyone else in the entire series. Yeah, and if you're here, why not like this video? It's super awesome. It'd be super awesome if you like the video, and if you don't like the video, then you know you're an asshole. No, I'm kidding. Some people just can't like videos. Some people don't have thumbs, and you know you try to like the video on your phone and you can't do it. You know, but if you're on a PC and you don't like the video, then that's sickening. Is Jon going to get the Dragon Queen vagina? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they could. Let's not go there though. Let's hope for a better future. Will we see Gendry this season? I'm thinking, where could he pop up? Where could Gendry show up? Maybe if like Arya met Hot Pie again, so like we might see Gendry because she's still like in that kind of that area where he is in the books. Because in the books he's like hanging out in the Riverlands with Lady Stoneheart, and she was just there with Hot Pie and stuff. And she came across Nymeria, and Nymeria was released somewhere around there too because they were on their way down on the King's Road when that whole nastiness with Joffrey and the Butcher's Boy happened. So yeah, I mean, Hot Pie should be right around in that area, so I could see maybe him running into Arya somewhere. And I think I heard that the actor was actually cast. You know, I can't help but hear that stuff because people are constantly telling me all this stuff that I don't want to know. See, that's my thing. I know I make YouTube videos about Game of Thrones and Song of Ice and Fire and stuff, but really, I just want to discuss what's happening in the episode. Like, other channels, they focus on, like, all these leaks, and I know I did do videos on the leaks, but they focus on the leaks, and they look at what actors are getting hired, and they look at every screenshot, so they've, like, got the whole entire plot, like, mapped out, and that's not really my thing. I'm more of just like, hey, let's have a chat about this. Let's have a little discussion and devise some theories. But everyone's else like, nope, this is going to happen at this point in time, and at that point in time, this is going to happen. And then Cersei's going to strangle Missandei at this point in time, and then Tyrion's gonna ride a dragon at this point in time. And I'm just like, whoa. But, I'm a little sick, so that's why I'm sniffling a little bit. Hopefully it isn't too annoying. Will they use Jorah's grayscale as a form of biological weaponry? I don't think so. I don't think so. That'd be terrible. That's a terrible idea. Gendry is in King's Landing for the show. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I don't know if is that confirmed. Is that another one of those things that we found out that we weren't supposed to find out? How triggered did you get when they shot Balerion's skull? I was livid. See, I knew people would get upset about that, but I'm not triggered about anything in the show anymore. I mean, maybe. But Balerion's skull, I was just kind of like, meh. It looked cool, I guess. I wasn't like, oh, how dare they desecrate the skull? Because, I mean, in war, bad things happen sometimes. I mean, if there was someone that was going to destroy some artifacts, it would be Cersei, because she doesn't give a fuck. She burned the Tower of the Hand in the books, so she doesn't give a crap about Targaryen dragon skulls. She doesn't care. So I was just like, whatever. The skull is intact in the books, and that's what matters. Did you find unconvincing Varys' speech about serving the people? I thought it was convincing because I've always believed that Varys served the people ever since book 1. What he says to Ned Stark, he says, "You High Lords play your Game of Thrones, and look while the people underneath you suffer." I feel like Varys has always served the realm, and I definitely think that's true. So I've been doing these Q&A live streams since last year. People. I have. Who do you think will die this season? And why? I mean, a lot of people are gonna die this season. At least I hope. I'm ready for some main people to die. Like, because the way, like I said, the way they were talking about this season, it was gonna be like the first episode was gonna be like, mind blown. But my mind wasn't fucking blown, and my mind wasn't even blown by the second episode. Like, people have got to realize that now I'm rating these shows. I'm curbing the scale, man. I'm rating them by how much. I can't rate them by how actually. I can't compare these shows to like the original first couple seasons, because I'd give every episode like a 3. But so I'm curbing the scale. That's why I gave the first episode a 7, because it was mediocre, and I gave this episode, the most recent one, an 8.5, because I did like some of the scenes. I liked seeing Euron kill the Sand Snake, so I gave it a higher rating just for that scene. If it wasn't for that scene, I would have liked it less. So, you gotta curb it a little bit. I don't even remember what the question was. Like I said, I've gone insane. So if I don't even answer your question and I just ramble, it's because I'm fucking nuts. It's because you, the internet, has driven me to my breaking point. And I'm totally nuts now, and that's just what you gotta deal with. That's me now. I'm just... Q&A. Will Qyburn scorpions be effective? Potentially. Like I said in my review, dragons can fly, and they can move really fast. Depends on how many he makes. It depends on how quickly they reload. It depends on how accurate they are. A lot could potentially be in play. I mean, I think he might hit one of the dragons with it. Maybe. Probably won't kill one of them. Probably will not be that easy to kill one of the dragons. Might wound one. It's not going to kill one. At least I don't think so. But then again, maybe one of those scorpions hits one of the dragons on the field of fire, and Jaime is charging to kill the dragon, and that's why Jaime is charging to kill the dragon on the field of fire in that trailer. Can give an honest rating because new fans don't understand the regression in the show. If I gave an honest rating to the first episode, I give it like a 4, and this one, I don't know. I did kind of, I guess like a 6 maybe. If I was rating it by comparison to the other ones, like first episode like a 4 maybe, and then episode 2 like 6. So yeah, Neither of them were like, oh my god, this is such a great show. In fact, I was recently watching like an earlier season of Game of Thrones. I'm just like night and day because I was watching it with someone that's never seen Game of Thrones before. So I'm just like night and day. You won't even believe how this show gets later on. Like this good dialogue here, night and day. Like watch. I know this is even more unfair because it was the Blackwater episode, and in Blackwater, it's written by George R. R. Martin, so all that dialogue is written by George R. R. Martin, and it's some of the best dialogue, some of the greatest dialogue. Just like in that episode of the fourth season, Joffrey's wedding. Oh my god, I live for that dialogue. Cersei, when she tells Pycelle, "You're annoying me right now. You're annoying me just by being in my presence." So funny, so funny. So great dialogue in those first few seasons, and then now dialogue is definitely the weak point. Definitely the weak point. Like I said, it's just consistently mediocre at this point. Euron is crazier than you. Come on. Are you sure? I mean, you don't know how many people I have in my basement tied up right now. Anyways, spoiler, no one actually wins the Game of Thrones. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. You win it for a little bit. It's more like you're renting the Game of Thrones. You rented, and then you have to give it back after a few years. Because no one stays on the throne. Everyone dies. Everyone rots. Everyone's getting overthrown by someone else. That's the way it works. Jaime would never try to kill a dragon. Well, not a wounded dragon. Why not a wounded dragon? He sees that the dragon's about to die, and like he's like, this is a chance to rid this from the world and make Daenerys all that much weaker. Why not give my life? I go from the Kingslayer to the Dragon Slayer. I feel like that's pretty cool. Again, thumbs up this video. And if you're a contrarian, then thumbs it down. I am totally with you. I'm totally with you. Like I tell the trolls in my comments, just let it all out. Pour the anger onto me. Because look, the nature of a troll, like trolls are people too, guys. And that's what you gotta understand. Trolls, they probably have a hard life. There's probably something going on. You know, the kids are being annoying. The wife won't fuck you. You lost your job. Like you're addicted to crack cocaine and you can't get your next hit. There's all sorts of things that could be going on in a troll's life that makes them lash out on the internet. And I say, just let it all out. Just let it all out. Call me a cunt. Call me an asshole. Tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it's all good. And I still love it because I'm still getting paid for this video. You probably did. I went to Lindsay and Alex. Oh, you're responding to someone else. How dare you? How dare you comment in my comment section with a comment that's not directly to me? Kill him! Off with his head! Burn him! Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hello. Someone thumbs down because they asked interesting. I knew they would. I knew they would. I knew they would. What do you think about Qyburn's crossbow? Very smart. Yeah, like I said, it reminds me of the Hobbit, the weapon that's used to kill Smaug from the Hobbit. I'm very sorry, Joel T, that your wife left you. I'm very sorry. We all need wives like Cersei. Wives that won't leave us, but will kill us. She'll kill you before leaving you. Will Jon leave before Bran and Arya reach? Yeah, I think so. I think Jon's gonna leave. I don't think Jon's gonna see Arya just yet. Do you think Theon will get his redemptive arc and to kill Euron, or do you think it will be Cersei to be the one who finishes him, as in Theon? Honestly, I think Theon might survive us all. I mean, cause look, sometimes being a coward is a good thing. Sometimes you gotta know when to run away. And I feel like Theon kind of redeemed himself already by saving Sansa. And like he looks around, there's nothing he can do to save Yara. There's nothing that he can do to save the Greyjoy ships. Like he's not going down with it. So I'm just like, I would have jumped off too. And especially with a bitch sister like Yara. Like I'm like, Yara, you've been a cunt to me this entire time. Like, you know what? Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm leaving. Fuck off. You can just do whatever you want. Theon, just take her. Go. See, I'm on Theon's side. I'm on Theon's side. I say go. I say go, Theon. Is Sansa going anywhere? Sansa will remain at Winterfell. Hopefully we get a taste of her in charge for the first time ever. Hopefully we get to see her have to do something. Have to do something that requires some level of skill to prove herself. Because Jon's like, I'm leaving you in charge. So hopefully she can prove herself and get something done. But I'm not sure what that will be. I'm hoping that Littlefinger dies. That'd be interesting because I know Littlefinger is going to try and put the moves on Sansa while Jon's gone. And it'd be interesting to see how Sansa reacts to that, if she actually reacts intelligently. Because if she's like the old Sansa, then Littlefinger's gonna manipulate this little girl, and it's gonna be dreadful. It's gonna be dreadful. If lifting a chick up with her own spear, then choking a chick out counts as feminism, I think it does. I think it does. Feminism is supposed to be equality of the sexes. It's not women destroy men. It's equality of the, I know some people look at it as like men shut up and just women do everything. But that's not what it's supposed to be. I don't know what people look at it as, but when I was a kid and growing up, I was taught in school that feminism was like equal rights for everyone. I don't know what it's gotten twisted into over the years. I don't give a fuck about this SJW shit. I don't give a fuck about this alt-right shit. Fuck both of you guys. All I know is what it's supposed to mean. Because I feel like now modern culture, it's so fucking stupid with this reactionary bullshit. Everyone just reacts to everything over Twitter and Facebook, and it's just the dumbest shit. You're both fucking stupid and wrong, arguing over nonsense. That's the way I say it. There are way more important things than how many fucking genders a person fucking has. Like, I know this is a rant, but honestly, who gives a flying fuck? Like, I don't give a fuck if you identify as a trigender pyro fox. I don't give a fuck. Like people go on and on and on. Non-binary gender is not a thing. Well, guess what? A lot of shit's not real that people fucking believe in. I don't give a shit. Believe what you want. Who cares? Who gives a shit? But whatever. That's not what this is supposed to be about. I miss the Tyrells. They were so cool. What about you? You know, now that they're gone, I do miss them. Like, Marjorie was very cute. I liked seeing her, even though I didn't really care for the character that much. Because I liked Cersei in the show so much, I was like, ugh, Marjorie, how dare you screw up Queen Cersei's plan. But now, honestly, yeah, they were cool. I liked Loras. He's much better in Game of Thrones than he is in Iron Fist. So, much better in Game of Thrones than he is in Iron Fist. This rant is so triggering. Yes, I'm quite known for triggering people with rants. That's kind of my thing now, I guess. Ideas of Ice and Fire is the guy that rants. So, whatever. Is Phil the Issues guy here? I keep seeing people say, hi, Phil. Is that him? Are you here, Phil the Issues guy? Or is that another Phil? But if Phil the Issues guy is here, what's up? Currently working on that Star Trek video. How many of you guys like Star Trek? Because I love Star Trek. And me and Phil the Issues guy did a Star Trek video that's coming out in a while. I'm going to give it some time so it comes out closer to Discovery. But, you know. Sadly, I think in the show we will have one, Jon, Dany, love. Jon is not a bastard. I really hope when it's revealed that Jon is the heir, we have drama. Will D&D write this well or fuck it up again? They'll probably fuck it up again. Oh, it's Phil H. Well, Phil H, you're cool too. I like that Phil too. Every Phil is cool. Most Phils are cool. Uncle Phil is cool. From the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's cool. Q&A in the books. Do you think Dany and Jon will meet in the books? Probably. How could they not? I think they definitely have to. Right? I think so. Does No Worm, oh, you mean Grey Worm, die in episode 3? I think he dies. I don't know about episode 3. But, you know, you don't get an ending like him and Missandei did without one of them dying next. So I hope so. I hope we get some loss. That's one thing that this season's kind of been missing so far. I know we're only 2 episodes in, but there's only 5 episodes left, is loss. I want some real loss. I want a character to die that just hits people. I feel like we need someone like Tyrion, Daenerys, Jon Snow, or Arya to die this season. Like one of those major people that everyone loves, because we need something that just hits you in the chest and makes you just be like, oh, ugh. It just makes you hurt. That's what we need. That's what we need. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get that. I'm not sure if we're gonna get that. It depends on how willing they are to go to, screw with people's minds. Grey Worm goes out in episode 4. I really hope that's not a spoiler. I hope that's something that you just guessed. Because no spoilers here. No leaks. We don't do that. We don't do that in this live stream. Pretty sure that Grey Worm is going to die in the battle in the rock. That's what I thought at Castle Rock. That's when he would die. That's pretty much my expectation. And I hope so. Because we need that. What is the biggest difference about the end game between show and the books? Oh my god. Look, my thing is, I have no idea where this show is going. The show, see, the book sets up all these subtle things that lead in it's pointing in a specific direction, but the show, there's all these contradicting things. There's so much that's different from book to show. I feel like the show might just end in like some big ass battle between the White Walkers and Dany's army and the army of like the North Army, Dany's army versus the White Walkers. That's how I feel like the show might end. And you might get some kind of deeper meaning as to why the others are doing what they're doing, but I feel like it's not going to be anywhere on the extent that it is in the book. It's not going to be as deep. Oh, Phil the Issues guy is here. What's up? Yes. Yes. We did have a great time talking Star Trek, so if you like Star Trek, look forward to seeing that. Did you hear about Jon Snow bringing a white back to King's Landing? Could that be a spy inside for the Night King? Or bring evil? No. I did hear about that Jon Snow thing, but I don't think the Night... See, that's the thing. How far does the magic of the wall actually reach? How far does it reach? Because in the books, and I know this is book stuff and it doesn't necessarily apply to the show, but this is all I got. So apparently in the books, they chop off one of the White's hands and it's still moving. They put it in a box and they ship it to King's Landing. By the time it gets to King's Landing, it's no longer moving. Like the magic has worn off. So how far does the magic actually reach is the question. I feel like the magic's going to wear off once they get further and further south. Because I feel like winter or the cold is necessary for the magic to work. And that could be part of the reason why the others haven't come down yet. And also, everyone's been talking to me about the opening credit, the wall, and the ice is frozen over. And they're saying, could the others just walk around? And my answer to that is I hope not. Because I think that would be really freaking anticlimactic. And I hope that's just a stupid thing that they did. And I hope that the wall calms down. Because that's what I need to happen. I get that it would be super ironic if the wall actually didn't have any magic. And it was there for no reason. But I want it to calm down. Because I feel like we need that moment where it's like, oh crap, like everything is falling apart. And that really messed people's crap up. I really enjoy doing these live streams, guys. It's a lot of fun. I've been doing them for so long, doing my Q&A. If you see anybody else with Q&A videos like these, with the chat up, it's because of me. Because like so many people have been like, how do you do it with the chat on the screen? So many people have come to me and asked me that. A lot of people are doing this now, but remember, it started here. Just kidding. Just kidding. I am just kidding. I know people have been doing this forever. I'm a jokester, guys. See, that's the thing. Don't take everything I say super seriously, guys. Like, when I say Cersei is going to kill Daenerys and Jon Snow and then have to defeat the White Walkers, it's a joke. It's a joke. I don't actually mean it. Like, people on the internet do not understand sarcasm, because when I said that, people freaked the fuck out. They were like, hey, you're just saying that because you're mad that your R plus L equals J theory is false. Which, by the way, that was a book theory. and not a show theory. So please, that's another thing that just bugs me, guys. When I do a Song of Ice and Fire theory videos, and by the way, if you like a Song of Ice and Fire theory videos, there's a very good one coming this week. So stay tuned, because if you notice, there hasn't been one for a while, now that I've been doing all this Game of Thrones content. But if you like my Song of Ice and Fire theory videos, which if you haven't seen any of them, there's a playlist on my channel. Go check them out. They'll blow your mind. But if you haven't seen any of them, go check them out. But there's one coming up that involves Euron. And also, I talk about the Dusky Woman a little bit from the books. And it's very, very good. And I'm just letting you know, it's coming. It's coming this week. So, yeah. You know, my theories are book theories. They don't apply to the show. And stuff that happens on the show doesn't apply to the books. And I think people should realize that. Q&A, do you think we will see... Do you think the show... No, comments are moving too fast. Do you think we will see Nymeria again in the show? Probably not. Do you think the show will do anything with Gilly's baby? Probably not. You actually are the leader in the Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones theory realm. No one else out there thinking as critically as you. See, I know this can be considered as tooting my own horn, but I don't toot my own horn enough. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because I want to show off a little bit. I know, I'm a piece of shit. But look, I'm gonna use Microsoft Edge. Gonna use Microsoft Edge, and if I go to Google, okay, this is Google, and then I type A Song of Ice and Fire Theories. I go to videos. Oh, my shit comes up. So that's my Arya video, and that's my video on the two walls, and that's someone else there. This is my Shy video, Breaking of the World, Children of the Forest, Stark Magic, and that's another one of mine. And then there's the Patch Face one, and the Grand Game, the Secrets of Yeti, and Blood Trees, and the one about the dragon, and the Kohor one, Origin of the White Walkers, and then there was a Preston Jacobs one right there. And then it gets to the nosebleeds. No, I'm kidding. There's another one of mine, another one of mine, another one of mine, another one of mine. So my theories, my Song of Ice and Fire theories just are all over the fucking place. That makes me feel really good. And there's also like Reddit pages that have some of my theories have even gone viral on Reddit, which is like awesome to me. And I just can't believe, like when I discovered that blew my mind. Like that there's this whole other community that's also watching me on Reddit. And I didn't even know about it. And there's like hundreds of comments and hundreds of upvotes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you'd care, William, if it was your channel and you just wanted like a little bit of fucking recognition and not everyone just to copy your fucking shit and like be like, oh, look, this is mine now. But yeah, I get copied all the fucking time. People just steal my fucking shit, steal my fucking ideas, steal my fucking style, steal my way of doing things. And then their channels blow up and get popular and I'm just left fucking here. But yeah, it matters to me. I care about it, William. I care about it, William. But yeah. Feel the salt. Can you taste the salt? Can you taste the salt? Because I can't. Like, just, I'm super salty right now. I'm pretty sure you could, like, take a grater to my skin and salt would come out. And you could put it on your french fries. You could use me to salt your french fries. That's the level of salt in my blood right now. Why is Fagon is fake? I don't get it. Okay, you're asking me why is Fagon in the books fake? He's fake because he is the son of Illyria Mopapas and a Blackfyre Targaryen, and that's the reason. Illyria wants his son to be king, and then also Daenerys sees the cloth dragon swaying, and that's another hint that he's fake because he's the Mummer's dragon. He's the Mummer's dragon, as in he's a fake dragon. He's a fake dragon. Q&A, what is Little Sam's role going to be in the book? Little Sam. Oh, you mean the baby Little Sam. The baby was intended for the White Walkers. Now, that's a thing. I think the White Walkers, even, no matter how far away Sam gets, winter is coming. If winter breaches over all of Westeros, I feel like ultimately the White Walkers may come looking for that child, because this is something that was owed to them. You know, pacts are a big deal. So I feel like when the night comes, One day, Gilly and Sam are going to be huddled up together in some cabin somewhere. Darkness will permeate throughout the lands, and then the others will come once more for that child. And then chaos will ensue. We'll see what happens then. Do you think Sam curing Grayscale in the show will be relevant at all to his storyline in the books? I don't see how it could, because John Connington has Grayscale in the books, not Jorah Mormont, and John Connington doesn't have anything to do with Sam. Like, I mean, Sam has a whole different plot in the books that involves Jaqen who is in disguise as Pate, and it involves some kind of Master Key and some kind of conspiracy going on at the Citadel, and then also whatever the Faceless Men are trying to do. So it's completely reworked. I don't think it's gonna relate. It's only kind of the same. The show erased Bronn's existence. I hope so, because I don't really care for that character very much in the show. I feel like in the books he went away when he needed to go away, and in the show they keep bringing him back, and I don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like it. I feel like he's a waste of time. I do. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of people like Bronn. Do you think that the brothers on the Quiet Isle are using resurrection magic, perhaps even the Faceless Men to some degree? No, I don't. I think they're just like monks that just have this philosophy of silence. Silence is very healing. Sometimes you're stressed out. Just get in a quiet room, turn off all the lights, and just meditate. Meditate on the silence, and you'll feel better. Silence is very. It has meditative qualities. It has healing properties. I think we can all use silence every now and again. Shut the fuck up. Everyone, just shut up. See, didn't that silence just feel good? Preston Jacobs has a lot of weird ideas, but he's super critical about the show. Like you, don't mind giving your honest opinion about the show. See, I like Preston Jacobs a lot. Honestly, I feel like Preston Jacobs is one of the best, if not the best, guy out there for a Song of Ice and Fire theories. He makes very, very thoughtful, well-researched videos. I know you have those people out there that just regurgitate shit that they see on Reddit or steal from other people's videos, and they're not doing anything unique. You're not getting any sort of unique perspective from them. It's just a regurgitation of everything. And with Preston, what you're seeing is coming from him. Like, what you're seeing is coming from him. So it's like you're getting good stuff. That's why I like him, as opposed to some other people that are kind of crappy. And there are a lot of you out there that are crappy, and I'm not afraid to say that. A lot of the Song of Ice and Fire channels, Game of Thrones channels, are really crappy. And if you're not crappy, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not throwing shade at anyone, I'm just saying. Do you think that RLJ isn't true in the books? Well, you should know what I think about that. I think Preston shoehorns too much. I don't really know what you mean by shoehorn. Do you think Stannis will take Winterfell in the books? Yes, just absolutely. And that's another thing people don't get. People think Stannis is dead. He's not dead in the books at all. The Battle of the Bastards plot, guess what? It's not happening in the books. Stannis is taking Winterfell. Stannis is definitely taking Winterfell. How do you episode 3 will be, since you like episode 2 so much? I didn't like episode 2 that much. I mean, I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. And I think episode 3 will be, you know what, if I'm being honest, I feel like this is not going to be a good episode. I don't know, there's something about it. There's something about me when I woke up this morning that I'm like, the stream's going wonky. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's the thing. Damn it. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I just thought, you know what? I bet this episode's gonna be crap. And I don't know, maybe. But I hope it's good though. I hope it's good. Like that's the thing. I don't want the episode to be crappy. I want it to be good. I want it to be a great episode, and I want it to be a great show. But I don't know. There's something about this episode that I just feel. I just got this foreboding sense. Rest in peace, Bronze Bridges. After that scene, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you think Stannis will burn Shireen in the books too? Definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, could kind of see that happening, but I don't really think that it's going to happen at this point. So will Sandor return in the books? Once winter comes, all the people will need to fight. George R. Martin loves that ending, so wouldn't it be fitting that Sandra can't just live peacefully and would have to fight? See, I was talking about this on the podcast that I did with Secrets of the Citadel and Gray Area, actually. I think that I love where the Hound is right now. I love that this person that loved killing has given up killing and has resorted to this peaceful life on the quiet isle, and I hope he's just there. I don't want to see the Hound fight again. I like where he ended up. I do. I like where he ended up. Do you think there's going to be a Lady Stoneheart resurrection with Beric Dondarrion still? No, that's not happening. I've let it go. I don't think Lady Stoneheart's coming back. What exactly is your issue with this particular season of Game of Thrones so far? Okay, I just feel like the dialogue, the writing, it's been quite slow. Not a lot has happened for 7 episodes. There's been a lot of filler. In just the last 2 episodes, there was a lot of filler. And it's not moving at the pace that I would like. And for it to be 7 episodes, it's not moving at the pace that I would like. The dialogue is quite wonky and shitty. Like, the timing on a lot of things doesn't necessarily work. It's mediocre. It's not great. It's not awful. It's not like dreadful. It's not like me having to watch Doran Martell be killed. It's mediocre. I'm not saying it's awful. Mediocre. Mediocre so far. What will be next for Stannis after he wins the Battle of Ice? Good point. What would it be? I think he'll probably like set up some people to hold Winterfell. And I think what he needs to do is march back north. But I think that what he might do is march south. I think that he might feel like that since he saved Winterfell, that the men of the north owe him. And so he's like, now you have to come fight for me in the south with Cersei. So I feel like that might be what he wants to do, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to get done. Because there is, like I said, the war to the north to be considered. But then who is there to tell him that there is a war to the north that we gotta fight? Because like in the show, you have Jon Snow that gets resurrected and immediately goes south. But we don't know how soon Jon will be resurrected in the books. So he is like the best fire priest ever. Who is like the best fire priest ever? In my opinion, I think the best fire priest in the books is Makoro. But then again, Thoros is quite powerful, obviously, because he brings Beric Dondarrion back to life so many times. But then also, maybe it's not Thoros, maybe it's Beric. Beric has a purpose. I thought the scene was one of the better ones from this season so far, but that isn't saying much. Which scene are we talking about? Which scene are you talking about? Because I'm not sure. They're off the books, so dialogue are supposed to be below the standard they've set this far. And which scenes are fillers to you? Do you think those are necessary for chapter development? Specify, please. Okay, if we gotta go with filler, I think that Dany scene at the end of the first episode was a little bit too long. I didn't enjoy the Sam montage. I felt like a lot of the northern stuff with Jon Snow was a little bit of filler, like the Brienne stuff. Like, we didn't need that. Let me look at some of the screens so I can remember. I take a lot of screenshots, right? Let me remember what happened. Because there was a lot, especially with that first episode that I was just like, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. A lot of it went on for too long. Yeah, the Arya soldier thing, I didn't really get the point of that. I thought it was a nice little scene, I can get the point of that. I don't care about the Littlefinger Sansa stuff. I feel like we need to speed that up a little bit. Most of the Lannister stuff was necessary. The Arya scene was very cringy to me. I mean, it wasn't filler. She was definitely getting stuff done, but it was very cringy. Very, very cringy, and it was just like, kind of dumb. Let's see. Yeah, but it's the pacing. It's definitely the pacing. It's a whole bunch of like setup. Like the first episode was a lot of, oh, this is what we did last season, and this is what we're gonna do this season. It was just repeating what we already know, and then setting up what we already know that they're about to do. So I just felt like from the way they were hyping up the season that we should have gotten going right off the bat. I was expecting something to blow my mind in the first episode because that's what they told me. That's what they told me. Why would they think to send a rider to Why wouldn't they think to send a rider to Winterfell with that information? I can't imagine Jon hasn't sent word to Castle Black of the victory and his new position. With what information? I feel like you guys are talking to each other, but not to me. When Illyria Sand told Euron's mutes to kill us, get it over with, was the showrunner's subliminal nod to the Dorne plot? Maybe. I thought the line was very funny because she's begging for death because she knows what's coming next. Like, she knows that they're about to be tortured horribly, so she's like, just kill us. See, if I were her, I'd just bite my own wrist and just be like, and just die because whatever Cersei has got in plan for them is gonna be way worse than just the quick death that Euron may have given them. Leaks seem to be solid so far. HBO having trouble keeping secrets. Will there be more coming for season 8? Probably. I remember with season 4, the first 4 episodes of the show leaked. It was either season 4 or season 5. Like, the first 4 episodes leaked online before they even aired. So HBO does at least with Game of Thrones, they do a really crappy job with keeping their secrets, I think. A lot leaks. And it's kind of annoying, to be honest. We're talking about this. What do you think about the Hound is a fire prophet? I think it's one of the worst scenes ever. Is he kissed by fire and shit? He saw so many details. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I liked the scene overall because I liked that we got closure about that man and his family, and it was a really sad moment. But looking in the fire, he gets like the most detailed vision in the fire that we have ever seen. Like, even Melisandre in the books, when she sees stuff in the fire, it's not that clear. She kind of sees metaphors and stuff. Like, he's seeing exactly, like it's like the fire has a camera on in the Land of Always Winter watching the White Walkers, and he's just getting like a camera feed of the White Walkers. So yeah, that was kind of weird. Why didn't they address the Dreadfort? Plot hole, that's why. Q&A, how do you think the Arya reunion will go? I'm afraid it might be a bit disastrous. If she kills someone, would Sansa or Jon have to banish her? It depends on who she kills. If she kills one of their enemies, I don't think Arya just goes around killing people. She kills enemies. Like, she has names that because we haven't seen this season, but remember, she's got names that she recites every night before going to bed. It's her prayer to death. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think she just kills to kill. She kills enemies of House Stark. It's not that they do a bad job protecting the leaks. It's that the top show, and the demand to know what happens is so high. Every show has hundreds of people in the show. Nobody cares. I don't get it. I don't get what you're saying. I mean, if Breaking Bad had had these kind of leaks when it was at its height of popularity, it would have been disastrous. And I don't remember ever hearing about leaks for Breaking Bad. But then again, I wasn't as into Breaking Bad as I'm into Game of Thrones. Where's Ghost? Good question. Penny Royalty. Where is Ghost? Because we haven't seen him yet. I mean, I don't know what they're saving the budget for. Because the budget has been, like, we haven't seen Ghost. We've barely seen the dragons. So, I can only imagine that they're saving their CGI budget for something different. Something bigger. That's what I'm hoping for. Why is the chat inside the chat? Is the chat inside the chat? Wait, what did you say to me? Why is there a chat inside the chat? I don't know what you're talking about. Why is there a chat inside the chat? Oh, you guys say the craziest things. What's your opinion about Kit and Amelia's acting? Amelia is touch and go. I mean, she was so good in like the first 3 seasons, I would say. Then something happened around season 4 where a lot of her acting just got kind of touch and go for me. Some of it's good, some of it's not. Jon Snow, yeah, Jon Snow's a little different now too. He's quite stoic. I mean, he doesn't emote a lot anymore. It's just like he's always quite. I get that he's died. Jon Snow's. I guess Jon has an excuse because he's literally died and been brought back. But Amelia is just like, I don't know. There is something a little bit off about her act. It's just meh. It's meh. Yeah, Vince 3000. It's meh. There is a screen of the chat inside your video, bruh. Yeah, there's a chat on the. There's always a chat on my video. Every time I do live streams, there's a chat on my video. It's so that when people watch this video after it's up, then they can see what you guys were saying in the chat. So it makes it makes them feel like they were here if they missed a live stream. So hello, if you're watching this after it's live, like this video. And if you're watching it live, like the video too, because that's what we need to do. What would you like to see from Qyburn in both the show and the books? Some more evil mad scientist stuff. I mean, I feel like Qyburn, if anything, he should be grabbing cadavers from like the streets of Westeros, from the streets of King's Landing, and doing whatever he did on the mountain on them, and create Cersei, an army of dead men that are like the mountain that can fight, and that'll be Cersei's Queen's Guard. I feel like that would be cool as crap. Like if that happened, I'd be like, yeah, that's what I need. I need an army of dead men. Gotta get that Grey Worm Missandei filler in. Ugh. Yeah. See, that scene went on for so long. I don't want to say. I mean, Missandei's hot. Grey Worm's hot. They're both very attractive young people. Well, I don't care. If I want to see like two people fuck, I watch porn. And especially two characters that I don't care about. I don't care about this. Ugh. But there was a lot of sex in the earlier seasons. Do you remember that lesbian scene with Littlefinger? That went on for a long time. So it's like almost like I can't even really criticize them for that. But then again, that was when we had 10 episodes a season. Now we only got 7, so move along. Will we lose a dragon this season? I think probably. I think that's something that's probably going to happen. Shut up, Thom Wig Nig Jr. White Nig Jr. Whatever your name is. Shut up. You shut up. Kiss would have been good. I do that was weird. I'm reading comments. It looks like it took a lot to revive the mountain, but yeah, they should find the biggest 7 strongest dudes, kill them, and reanimate them. Good idea. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Like, if I was Cersei, I would have been like, yeah, work on creating me about, like, 20 of those guys. Yeah, because that's what I need. When people don't care about sex scenes on Game of Thrones, you got to ask some question about the quality of the show. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Who is the best portrayed character in the series compared to the books? Okay. I'm going to do this on a scale of, like, every season. Best portrayed character. Excuse me, I still am a little sick. Oh my god, this is so difficult. Best portrayed character. Eddard Stark is portrayed by Sean Bean almost perfectly. But they only had 1 season, so they didn't have time to screw him up. Tywin Lannister. Fantastic character. He's portrayed very, very well. Lena Headey as Cersei? Oh my god, she's so great. She's so fantastic. Slightly different from the book counterpart, but just like Lena Headey has just... I've been reading these books so long, so I've always had my like images of what these characters look like. Lena Headey has become my Cersei. That's how good she's portrayed that character. I think she's probably my favorite portrayal of a book character. Yeah, and I feel like with Cersei's storyline, for the most part, they've kind of stayed on track, except with the Jaime thing, because like they're in completely different situations. Joffrey was a good portrayal, I think. Joffrey, definitely. Tyrion, I felt like the show they leave out some of the nastier parts of Tyrion's personality, because he's not like all good. I mean, he has a guy killed and fed to poor people. He has a human being chopped up and fed to poor people because this guy is probably fucking his girlfriend, who's a whore. And so Tyrion has this guy chopped up and killed. I mean, you could have just had him sent away, Tyrion. Did you really have to have him killed and fed to people? So, you know, Tyrion is not all good either. And in a lot of the darker aspects of Tyrion are left out of the show, I think. But still, I gotta give props to Peter Dinklage. Fantastic actor. That trial scene I will never forget in season 4 when he says, "I wish I was the monster that you think I am." And he says, "I should have let Stannis kill you all." And he says, "My only crime was being a dwarf." And he says, I've been on trial for being a dwarf my whole life." Like, that was so powerful, and I just loved that moment. And also Blackwater scene written by George R. R. Martin. "There's a brave men knocking at our walls. Let's go kill them." That speech was awesome. So yeah, totally. Tyrion, definitely fantastic. So I go Tyrion, Tywin, Cersei, Eddard Stark, and Joffrey's portrayal is really good as well. Daenerys sometimes. I mean, not really. Daenerys is not really. In some way, early on she was more like the book version, but more now she's kind of not at all. Like, she's quite different in the books, to be honest. I mean, and her character's not this far along in the book, so I don't know how much you'll get like this in the book. But you know, she's not really. She's quite different. Who else is quite different? Jaime has his moments. But yeah, I see, and also in the books you get all these characters' thoughts. Like, you're in their minds, so you know their inner monologue. So you know exactly what they're thinking. So it's a lot of times that kind of stuff is difficult to translate. You only get, like, with an actor, you get like their expression, and I think Nicolau is one of the best actors in the entire show. Does not get enough credit because he's fantastic. So Jaime's really good. Yeah, so you know, every character has their differences. Worst portrayal? Oh. Worst portrayal. Oh, Shay. Shay was awful. Hated the character. Talisa was supposed to be Jane Poole. Not Jane Poole. Jane Westerling. Talisa, Robb Stark's wife. Awful portrayal. Shay was an awful portrayal of Shay from the book. Just nothing like that character. Let's see. Awful portrayals. Yara. Oh my god, Yara Greyjoy is, one of the worst portrayals. I'll get to Illyria in a second, but Yara is terrible. Like, she's nothing like the book version. Like, the book version of Yara is awesome. The book version of Yara, she's like super hot. I'm not saying that, like, because the actress is not like a supermodel that she's a bad portrayal, but like in the book she's like super hot pirate chick, and she's like she's a badass. She's a badass. I love her. I love Asha. But then Yara in the show sucks. And then let's get to Illyria Sand. In the 4th season she was cool. I liked Illyria. I liked Illyria a lot in the 4th season. By the 5th season, the character is just completely. Guys, if you haven't read the books, when I say Illyria is the complete opposite of the book, I am not exaggerating. Literally the complete opposite. Like, in the book, the Sand Snakes, her daughters, they come up to her and they're like, "We should go to war." And do you know what she says? "I don't want any more bloodshed. Let's just be at peace." And that's her whole thing. she's not, let's kill. I want the blood of Princess Marcella all over my face. No, that's not her. They changed it completely. Yara is wrongly casted. I think so. I've thought that from the beginning. How is Yara in the books? I mean, she's just super badass. She's like an awesome warrior, awesome fighter, and she kind of is in the show, but they never really portray it. They're just like, yeah, she says she's awesome, but she's not really. In the show, you get like the Deepwood Mott stuff. Now that was cool. Like, there's a scene where these people come for her and she ends up getting captured in the end. But yeah, she's just a badass. You just have to go, like, pick up Feast for Crows and just read those Asha Greyjoy chapters, and they're just great. They're fantastic. Do you think there is a connection between Littlefinger and the others His blade was used in the failed assassination attempt made on the three-eyed raven, Bran Stark. Um, Joffrey sent that blade. And I don't know if they ever addressed that in the show. I don't remember if they do or not. But in the books, it's pretty much revealed that Joffrey sent that blade to kill Bran Stark because he overheard Robert Baratheon saying that Bran would be better off dead. And Joffrey he always wanted to impress his father, who he thought was King Baratheon. But he always wanted to protect him, and he thought maybe if I do this, then my father will like me. It was kind of innocent. See, Joffrey's not all bad, guys. He just wanted to kill the cripple to impress his dad. I mean, you know. So yeah, it was Joffrey that sent that blade. Littlefinger doesn't have anything to do with the others. I don't know how he could be. There was no hints of that, in my opinion. So we're gonna go for a little bit longer, guys, and then we're gonna end this. And then, we got the episode review coming on tonight. So if you're still watching, give it a like, please. It helps a lot, guys. It really does. What are the left out things from the book that you would have liked to see? Dude, you realize that I could talk for 2 hours about left out things from the book that I would like to see. Okay, obviously, Stoneheart, the battle at the Fist of the First Men, was something that I've been waiting to see. The House of the Undying scene from Karth from the books. Holy shit. What else? It just goes on and on and on and on and on. There's literally so much that I would have loved to see. Like, it's too much. It's too much. Where is Edmure? Edmure is on another show. They don't care about him, guys. They don't care about him. Yeah, it's so many to mention. Like, I could talk and talk and talk about stuff that's not like Victarion's not in the Victarion's not in the show at all. Like, his whole plotline's not in the show. Like I said, Tyrion's adventure in the Royans not in the show, which I loved reading. Brienne's adventure in the Riverlands is so watered down in the show. It's not there. Like, she goes to like this castle ruin, and then there's like these guys hiding there waiting for her, and she takes out those guys. Totally awesome. Patchface on Dragonstone with the Princess Shireen. Oh my god, so much. The Daenerys with all the Quaithe stuff is not there. They killed off Zaros on Doxus, so he never comes back like in the books. So much. Yeah, just too much to mention. Are you disappointed that the leaks are coming true? See, I mentioned this before. People are saying that, but I don't even remember what the leaks are. And I hope to keep it that way. Lady Stoneheart is number 1 for me, but I like all the stuff they left out. I guess they don't matter big picture wise. I mean, who knows what matters big picture wise? My problem with this shit is that these hacks, D&D, they said in the very beginning that we're confident that we can tell George R. R. Martin's story, that we can convert this to the big screen. And even George R. R. Martin said, yeah, they've assured me that they can translate my story well to the big screen. And you know what that's called? It's called a lie, because they haven't translated his story to the big screen. I know George R. R. Martin was pissed off about that Dorne shit last not the Dorne shit, but he was pissed off about what was happening last season. He was pissed off because I remember, like, at one point in time, he even posted an entire chapter, and he's like, okay, this is what really happens in the book. And that's when he released the Forsaken chapter, like, during the airing of this show. Like, I forget what happened, but something shitty happened. And then right after that, he's like, okay, this is what really happens in the book. And he literally said something like that on his blog and posted that. So, like, George R. R. Martin sees that this is not his story. How tall am I? I'm 6 foot. I am 6 feet tall. What did Pate steal from the Citadel in A Feast for Crows? The Master Key. I don't know. He stole documents. They're getting. We don't know. We've still got to wait to see. I feel like he's looking for information on something. Looking for information. Instead of bad guys versus good guys, I think it would be more poetic if they had gone with Jon and Dany fighting each other. You have two saviors. You have two saviors of the Red God. I think it would be interesting to see Jon and Dany fight each other. I hope so. I hope that it's not. I hope in the show would really surprise me, and I'd be really happy. And Yeah, it was the real Euron. They introduced that crappy ass Euron, and Euron's like, and George is like, yeah, look, this is the real Euron, because they showed this like this guy, and that's not Euron. That's Kingsmoot, capital H. Yes, Kingsmoot was awesome. Like you get to see Naga's bones, and they're all standing in Naga's bones. Yeah, awesome. What do you think the sigil of the Mockingbird means? Why would he change his family's sigil? I don't know. What is a like mockingbirds repeat things, right? I don't know. It's probably got like some super deep meaning that I'm like too crazy to think about right now. But like, yeah. All right, this live stream is fizzling out because I'm getting flustered and crazy. So I've got to go feed my snake because I have a python actually. I don't know how many. I don't. Like I post. I've shown them on Twitter before. Her name's Nagini. Her name's Nagini, like Harry Potter. So I gotta go feed her before my friends get here because we're all gonna watch Game of Thrones together tonight and shit on it. So stay tuned for my review tonight, guys. We're gonna end this live stream here. Thank you so much for joining me on this Q&A session 2 that was supposed to be Thursday. Promise the next one will actually be on Thursday. But who do you want to die? Everyone. Kill them all, and I want the White Walkers to win. But thanks. What, you guys don't like snakes? You guys don't like snakes? Snakes are cool. Snakes are... See, people don't like snakes. Why? Snakes get a bad rep. Snakes get a bad rep. I actually have I have a literal fucking ball python. I have a royal python. She's sitting right there in her tank. I'm literally looking at her now. She's like looking at me because she's hungry. And she knows that like it's feeding day. So like, yeah. I love my snake. Don't talk crap about my snake. Snakes are cool. Snakes are better than dogs. So yeah. Peace out, guys.